Alrighty everybody, now I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars universe seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about the new Star Wars TV shows in the works, the new Star Wars movies, and a lot of other things that will be announced on Disney Plus Day, and also at D23 this year, and at Star Wars Celebration next year in Europe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we also know that a lot of things are happening behind the scenes between Favreau, Filoni, and Lucas to really get things rolling. So, the Ahsoka Tano series, in case you guys did not know this, filming is actually happening as we speak, and it's moving along very smoothly. No problems, no production issues, no creative differences, and shocker, it's because it's a Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau project. And that's exactly why there's no problems, you know? When Kathleen Kennedy was, having a hand in the Kenobi series, there were rewrites, there were reshoots, there were creative differences, and it just never stops with her. So, moving forward from all of this, one thing that Jon Favreau recently did, I believe, is actually going to change Star Wars for the better, and it's not only going to make fans very excited about the future, but it's also going to change how fans view Disney Star Wars as a whole, because basically what they're pursuing right now is to go for something a little bit darker, a little bit more grittier, and exactly how that's going to involve specific key characters from Star Wars Legends. We're going to go into this in just a second from now. We obviously know that Favreau is a very passionate guy, both as a fan and as a creator. He loves what he does, and does not mind working around the clock to really making the fans happy. I mean, this guy really is busy. So, with that being said, alright, with Star Wars Legends set to make a big comeback for the Star Wars community and the brand itself, creators like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have been hard at work on developing new Star Wars stories that will go beyond all of the fans' expectations. Now, it's described that currently Jon Favreau recently convinced Disney CEO Bob Chapek to make a very important decision for Disney Plus. Now, it's described that Favreau recently fully convinced Chapek to get rid of all planned High Republic live-action shows for the foreseeable future, and to replace those High Republic live-action TV shows, of course, with Old Republic content that will arrive on Disney Plus in the near future. Favreau is described to now be involved in the development of a TV series that will focus on the Old Republic era of Star Wars that will be treated like an anthology series, with each episode showcasing a story dedicated to one character to get things started with the Old Republic material before they expand to even more live-action stories for the fan-favorite characters from Star Wars Legends, some of which are currently made canon. Now, further, it's noted that Chapek recently cancelled all planned High Republic live-action content moving forward, except for the Acolyte series, which is a Kathleen Kennedy project that's in her full control, unfortunately. Now, further, it's noted that Old Republic stories following stories of the Sith will replace those projects and will be created by both Favreau and Filoni moving ahead. Disney is said to be ready to tell darker stories of the Star Wars universe, and wants to create a spotlight for some of the strongest Sith Lords in Star Wars history that will be introduced in this planned anthology series that will be used as an introduction to Old Republic in live-action form. Characters like Darth Revan, Darth Bane, Malak, Malgus, and more will be the center of attention. Disney is said to be very confident in this plan that Favreau proposed to Bob Chapek that is now finally moving forward, and actually a development that is actually set to get an official announcement sometime by the beginning of 2023. Now, let me just, go on to one thing here that I think a lot of fans need to be aware of, is that if you are very unaware or don't really know much about the Old Republic, I strongly suggest that you guys go ahead and check out the Old Republic cinematic sequences. I talked about this before on Twitter multiple times. If you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow at Mike01, I talk about the Old Republic on there. It is a very expansive era of Star Wars, and we're talking about thousands of years before The Phantom Menace. It does and is treated basically, in my opinion, as the medieval times of Star Wars. That's how I see it, at least. It has that real dark and gritty atmosphere. It has a different age, has different designs, new ships. I mean, it just feels new. And this is the best thing that Disney can do to approach something new that's also very familiar to a core base of fans, the fans that actually played the video games or read those Old Republic books, right? So it doesn't stop there, alright? What really begins to pick up is that Disney is said to be very confident in this plan that Favreau proposed to Bob Chapek that is now finally moving forward and actually is going into development and is set to get an official announcement sometime by 2023, like I said. Now, creator George Lucas is also said to be involved with the planned anthology series that is described to be divided up into 10 different parts, serving as 1 full hour each. Disney does have a plan now to make each episode 1 full hour long, to give fans 10 hours worth of Old Republic content to enjoy. The plan so far is to get this project out and running on Disney Plus by 2025, with filming already planned to begin in 2024 during the beginning of that year, with 2023 that will focus on writing the story. Now, Favreau is also described to be attached to this project, not just as a writer, but also as a producer, and will be in charge of the marketing of the Old Republic anthology series for Disney Plus. Now, obviously, an anthology series, I believe, is amazing. Tales of the Jedi, which is coming out this year, it's animated, by the way, that's going to be an anthology series. Basically, each episode will be a story of its own. You don't have to follow the entire show. And I think that's going to be a very interesting move by Disney to see and experiment with what the viewership's going to be like with anthology shows. Basically, you can watch everything out of order, and that's what's great about an anthology series. Now, Favreau is also described to be attached to this project, of course, as a producer. However, not a surprise here, Kathleen Kennedy behind the scenes is described to believe that this is a terrible idea to use Old Republic content to override and take over the High Republic material for Disney Plus, and is actually trying to stop this plan, with no success on her end, thankfully, as executives are ready for something bigger and more of an impact on the Star Wars community. So, once again, there's no doubt about it that the High Republic was a terrible attempt by Kathleen Kennedy to basically make it her own version of the Old Republic. Did not work. You know, there's a lot of fans out there, including myself, that read through the books, gave them a shot. You know, this way we can have, you know, a real opinion on exactly what the High Republic is like. And I gotta say, it's awful. I just don't like it. You know, there's no real stakes. There's no real villains in there, really. And it just doesn't really stand out to me. Sure, you got the Nile. But the Nile are nothing like the Sith. They're nothing like true dark side warriors. They're just very different, and it just doesn't work for me. So the Old Republic content moving forward is amazing, and I think that Favreau and Filoni are going to nail it, and we all have to thank Favreau for really pushing Chapek to make this happen. So overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.